When I was thinking about science and technology STEM, I always say in our part of the country, or say our part of the world and subcontinent, the way narrative building happened, the narrative building was always against us, as if we are the most terrible lot on the planet Earth, destroying our value system. But if you look at our value system, I must remind you all, while we talk of science, we talk of technology, we talk of mathematics, Shakuntala Devi came from here. We've had all the Vidushis coming from across our continent. We've had all the richer creators of Vedas coming from this part of the world. And even at the time of independence, one stroke, when we became free, all women got the right to vote in single stroke. We didn't have to go through any struggle of any sort. When women get elected, they get elected on their merit. They don't get elected for XYZ reason. And this continent, and I call, like Sri Lanka also my extended family, so please don't mind, Myanmar also is my extended family. So when I look around, I feel we've always treated women with dignity, and we've never had put question marks on their ability. And that is the reason when I give the numbers out to the people, I tell them, as per our records, 48% of STEM students are girl students. And that speaks volumes. Because nowhere in the world you have 48%. The global percentage is less than 30, 28, and so-called developed nations, it doesn't exceed 32-34%. So Eastern continent, and especially India, it is 48%. And when I started speaking about this, the UN and other bodies tried to look at the numbers that maybe I'm fudging or what. But they also couldn't reduce it below 40-44%. So which goes to prove the point I was making, that when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to hard work, and when it comes to interests, women and men have the same dreams. And when I saw this young child, and she said she wants to be a fighter pilot, Major General Balyan is sitting here. I know many girls who served in the army, and all they wanted was to become a Major General because they feel the olive green, the love for olive green, whether you're a man or a woman, is the same. Whether ambition or aspiration to touch the stars is just the same. To fly the planes is just the same. And some crackpots like me, who may want to do it even at this age, may never succeed but would want to do it, that aspiration always remains. And few things undone should always remain, so that I come back to this life to accomplish that. So I think life has its own methodology, but one methodology I can always suggest to all my young friends here: never lose your pride. And pride should not make you vain, but pride in your cultural heritage, pride in who we are, knowing what our ancestors achieved, knowing that people in other civilizations were killed for saying Earth is round and it goes around the sun. Our rishis had calculated the distance between Earth and Moon and so many other distances between Earth and Sun, value of pi to whatever else. We are holders of that great science and that great knowledge that
all the speakers before me have spoken on various topics, covered quite a lot of intellect. What I want to share is probably a bit different and something that I have personally experienced with Srimati Kesanji as the Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Palau to India, is about Mission Shakti Sat. A year ago, I received a communication from her office and asking for an appointment to meet me, and we gave her the appointment and I met her. And she told me the vision that she had. Of course, everybody knows her past accolades, but at that point of time, the vision was to build a satellite with girl students from 108 countries.
Today is a very special day and milestone in the journey of space, I can tell you. It is not out of pride, but it is out of absolute humility that I wish to say that India is a country that is bringing every country, about 108 countries, smaller countries, Lesotho, Grenada, Eswatini, all these countries together to build a global vision. It's not a satellite that is going to the moon, but Mission Shakti Sat is a movement to bring girls together in this deep tech industry, because space is fragmented. There is a lot of politics. The big players play, big countries, but we are here where we want to bridge that missiles into absolute rocket to humanity. And that's why this book, Fragile Frontiers, where innovation meets politics and power collides. A very important book, and I really thank astronaut Rakesh Sharma, Minister Mazia from Eswatini, Dr. Claire and Shelley Brunswick, and our own Agniputri Tessie Thomas, who have been, with us in this whole journey. Let us take the world together to the moon, make it an icon for global peace and girl power.
How long it taken for this?
It was almost, the experience is almost about a decade. This book is completely the fragments of whatever has been in around the space industry, in around geopolitics, and a little bit of where I started and what I found and where we are today. So it's taken me almost a year to put this together, and hopefully everybody will love to read this.
What is your advice to your students?
I am a student myself. I learn every day, every minute from them. We have the strongest power called student power. And I think if we are able to nurture them, space is not the final frontier. We will go beyond that. Thank you. Thank you.
All-women satellite which will
Mission Shakti Sat. Yes.
process going on.
Mission Shakti Sat, we are extremely happy to share that 7,000 girl children from 108 countries are already engaged in the curriculum that we've exclusively built with 20 professors, and also validated with InSpace, where we have 5 scientists who vet the whole curriculum, and that curriculum is gone to the whole world. So we as Indians are givers. Right from the Nalanda University, the education that we spread is absolutely knowledgeable, enriching, and free of cost. So Mission Shakti Sat is a movement to bring everybody together, put up one satellite No, to put up one hope for girl children and bring peace to the world.
When we are expecting to launch this?
Well, we are going to be handpicking one girl child from each country, from 108 countries, going to bring them here on 21st of August, where we will be celebrating this year's National Space Day on August 24th proudly with 300 global citizens who come here to build the satellite, one to the LEO orbit and one to the moon, where the LEO is going to be sent on International Girl Child Day, which is a huge request that the entire globe is making to our Honorable Prime Minister. So hope we will be launching it on October 11th.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.